Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is an American television black comedy sitcom that premiered on FX on August 4, 2005. It moved to FX beginning with the 9th season, and has remained there since. It was created by Rob McElhenney, who developed it with Glenn Howerton. It is executive produced and primarily written by McElhenney, Howerton, and Charlie Day, all of whom star alongside Kaitlin, Olson and Danny DeVito. The series follows the exploits of the gang, a group of self-centered friends who run the Irish bar Paddy's pub in South Philadelphia.
The series was renewed for a 12th season that premiered on January 4, 2017. On April 1, 2016, the series was renewed for a 13th and 14th season, which will tie it with the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet as the longest-running live-action sitcom in American TV history.
Premise: the series follows the gang, a group of 5 depraved underachievers, twins Dennis Reynolds and Deandra "Sweet D" Reynolds, their friends Charlie, Kelly and Ronald "Mac" McDonald, and Frank Reynolds, Dennis and Dee's legal father. The gang runs the dilapidated Paddy's Pub, an Irish bar in South Philadelphia. Each member of the gang shows varying degrees of dishonesty, egotism, selfishness, greed, pettiness, ignorance, laziness, and unethical behavior.
They are often engaged in controversial activities. Episodes usually find them hatching elaborate schemes and conspiring against one another and others for personal gain, vengeance, or simply the entertainment of watching another's downfall. They habitually inflict mental, emotional, and physical pain on each other and anyone who crosses their path. They also regularly use blackmail to manipulate one another and others outside of the group. The gang's unity is never solid, and any of them would quickly dump any of the others for quick profit or personal gain. Regardless of the consequences, everything they do results in contention among themselves, and much of the show's dialogue involves the characters arguing or yelling at one another.
Despite their lack of success or achievements, they maintain high opinions of themselves and display an obsessive interest in their own reputations and public images. The gang has no sense of shame when attempting to get what they want, and often engage in activities that others would find humiliating, disgusting, or shocking.
These include smoking crack cocaine and pretending to be mentally challenged in order to qualify for welfare, attempted cannibalism, kidnapping, blackface, hiding naked inside a leather couch in order to eavesdrop on someone, coercing people into sleeping with them, tricking a man into giving his daughter a lap dance, forcing each other to eat inedible items, huffing paint, foraging in the sewers for valuables, sleeping with each other's romantic interests, seducing a priest, secretly feeding someone their own pet, plugging their open wounds with trash, fantasizing about killing each other, setting a room full of people on fire and locking the door to avoid an uncomfortable Thanksgiving meal, pretending to have AIDS in order to get priority access to amusement park rides, taking out life insurance on a suicidal person, threatening to release anthrax unless they're given a Valentine's card, sleeping with elderly men for a craft beer recipe, orally siphoning gasoline, and stalking their crushes.
During the Season 7 episode, The Gang Gets Trapped, in which the gang breaks into a family's home and has to hide from them when they return, an angry monologue by Dennis captures the essence of the gang's modus operandi. Production: the show began as a short film idea written by Rob McElhenney and Glenn Howerton about a man telling his friend he might have cancer, while the friend is only intent on trying to borrow a cup of sugar for the shitload of coffee he has made. This was then developed into a pilot called It's Always Sunny on TV, and was shot on a digital camcorder by Charlie Day, Glenn Howerton, and Rob McElhenney.
It is believed the pilot was shot with a budget of just $200, but Day would later comment, "We shot it for nothing. I don't know where this $200 came from. We were a bunch of kids with cameras running around shooting each other, and the next thing you know, we're 11 years in and we're still doing the show." This pilot was shopped by the actors around various studios, their pitch being simply showing the DVD of the pilot to executives. After viewing the pilot, FX Network ordered the first season.
Although it is often stated publicly that Always Sunny was one of the first shows to be shot in 24p standard definition video, using Panasonic's DVX100 Mindai DV Prosumer video camera. From the 6th season forward, the show was shot in 24p using high-definition video cameras. Danny DeVito joined the cast in the first episode of the 2nd season, playing the father of Dennis and Dee. Broadcast and syndication. The first season ran for 7 episodes, with the finale airing September 13, 2005. According to McElhenney, word of mouth on the show was good enough for FX to renew it for a 2nd season, which ran from June 29 to August 17, 2006.
Reruns of edited first-season episodes began airing on FX's parent network, Fox, in June 2006. For a planned 3-episode runs, The Gang Finds a Dead Guy, Gun Fever, and Charlie Gets Molested were shown. The show would not be shown on broadcast television again until 2011, when FX began offering the show for syndication. The 3rd season ran from September 13, 2007, to November 15, 2007. On March 5, 2008, FX renewed It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for a 4th season. On July 15, 2008, it was reported that FX had ordered 39 additional episodes of the series, consisting of the 5th and 6th seasons. All 5 main cast members were secured for the entire scheduled run.
The 5th season ran from September 17, 2009 to December 10, 2009. On May 31, 2010, Comedy Central began airing reruns of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. WGN America also began broadcasting the show as part of its fall 2011 schedule. The 6th season ran from September 16, 2010 until December 9, 2010, running 12 episodes, plus the Christmas special. The 7th season ran from September 15, 2011 until December 15, 2011, running 13 episodes. On August 6, 2011, FX announced it had picked up the show for an additional 2 seasons running through 2013. On March 28, 2013, FX renewed the show for a 10th season, along with the announcement that the series would move to its new sister network, FXX. In April 2017, it was announced by Kaitlin Olson that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia would go on an extended hiatus. In an interview with TV Guide, Olson stated, "We ended up pushing our next season a year because we were all busy with separate projects this year. So, at the end of this coming shooting season of the Mick, I'll step right into Sunny after that." The show is currently under contract for 2 more seasons and is expected to return in 2019. Music. The theme song is a piece of production music called Temptation Sensation by German composer Heinz Kiesling. Additionally, Kiesling's work can also be heard during various scene transitions throughout the show, along with other composers and pieces such as Werner Torz, Joe Brook and Karl Grell.
Many of the tracks heard in the series have been taken from Café Romantique, an album of easy listening production music collected by Extreme Music, the production music library unit of Sony, ATV Music Publishing. Independent record label Fervor Records has also contributed music to the show. Songs from the Jack Gray Orchestra's album, Easy Listening Sinfonetti, and the John Costello 3-release Giants of Jazz are heard in several episodes. The soundtrack, featuring most of the music heard on the show, was released in 2010.
Reception. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has received critical acclaim. Emily Nussbaum of The New Yorker praised the show, calling it not merely the best sitcom on television, but one of the most arresting and ambitious current TV series, period.
Gillian Flynn of Entertainment Weekly reviewed the first season negatively, commenting, "It is smug enough to think it's breaking ground, but not smart enough to know it isn't." Brian Lowry of Variety gave the first season a positive review, saying it was invariably clever and occasionally a laugh-out-loud riot, all while lampooning taboo topics.
Later seasons of the show have received favorable ratings on review aggregator Metacritic, receiving 71 hundredths, 78 100ths and 85 100ths for seasons 4, 5 and 6 respectively. The show has become a cult hit with viewers and is often compared in style to Seinfeld, particularly due to the self-centered nature of its main characters.
The Philadelphia Inquirer reviewer Jonathan Storm wrote, "It's like Seinfeld on crack," a quote that became widely used to describe the series, to the point that FX attached the tagline, "It's Seinfeld on crack." In 2014, Entertainment Weekly listed the show in the 26 best cult TV shows ever, with the comment that, "It's a great underdog story."
If it sounds too dark for you, consider that there's an episode about making mittens for kittens, and it's adorable. In 2016, a New York Times study of the 50 TV shows with the most Facebook likes found that Sunny was more popular in college towns. In 2015, Rolling Stone rated the top 20 greatest and funniest It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episodes, stating, "For 10 seasons, the series had mine comic gold. From the execrable behavior of the owners of Paddy's Pub."
They claimed the two-part season 4 episode, Mac and Charlie Die, is the sitcom's greatest episode yet.
The Nightman Cometh Live. In September 2009, the cast took their show live. The gang performed the musical The Nightman Cometh in New York City, Boston, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. Mary Elizabeth Ellis and Artemis Pebdani also appeared in the performance as the waitress and Artemis.
Actress Rhea Perlman assumed the role of Gladys. Creator Rob McElhenney said that Live Nation originally approached the cast about doing the show at 30 cities, but in the end the cast settled on 6. Co-developer Glenn Howerton described the show as essentially an expanded version of the actual episode of The Nightman Cometh, which was the final episode for Season 4. There are some added moments, added scenes, added songs, and extended versions of songs that already existed.
2 new songs were included in the performance in a longer running time allowed for greater improvisation by the actors. The performance was also preceded by a preview screening of a Season 5 episode. The Los Angeles performance, filmed at the Troubadour, was included as a bonus feature on the Season 4 DVD box set. Russian adaptation. A Russian adaptation of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia premiered in Russia on the television channel TNT on May 12, 2014. This version is titled, unlike the original, centers around four friends, who own a bar called Philadelphia in Moscow.
Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.